Hey guys, welcome back to LS Vintage Design. I'm Lisa and this is Cooking Vintage episode 3. Now this took me a little bit to figure out. I don't know why. It's been a week, I think. But I finally came up with a good Friday night, very simple recipe, but also very delicious. We are doing the tried and true classic tuna casserole. It's really a simple recipe, easy to do. It'll be done like that, and we'll have a great, delicious meal. The recipe came out of this Betty Crocker's New Dinner for Two cookbook from 1964. This cookbook's really cool in that it gives you not only your main course, but a suggestion for a side and a dessert as well. And as an example, with their tuna casserole, they also suggest a grapefruit and avocado salad, along with coconut cream pudding. Now, I'm not doing those because I don't have those ingredients, but here's another one. It's shepherd's pie, and the side is an apple crisp and a pineapple crisp. They believed in double dessert. Here we have ham and au gratin potatoes. That's your main dish. And then your side is the apple and grapefruit salad, butternut squash, and coconut tarts. So if you don't have this book, I would definitely suggest looking for it, especially if you love to cook and you want to cook vintage, because it gives you the whole meal, and it's really easy once you pick your meal. If you shop for it, you'll have everything you need. Now, I love this one. This is my favorite. They have the picture right here, and the recipes are tomato bouillon, baked meatballs, beets and orange sauce, green pea and cheese salad, and pineapple marshmallow cream. And here is a picture of all of it. So it's a really cool cookbook. So anyway, this is what I picked my dinner for in this episode of Cooking Vintage. Now for our simple casserole, I've already read the recipe. It's so simple. You can use 1 or 2 cans of tuna, kind of cook it a little bit in butter. Once it's cooked, you stir in the cream of mushroom soup. You drain and stir in the sweet peas, let all that come to a nice bubble. Then you wait for your noodles to cook. When they're nice and soft, you stir them into your mixture of tuna. And then you top with a few Lay's potato chips, throw it in the oven to bake, and that's it. That simple. It's a good quick meal, and it keeps overnight. So if you had extra and you wanted to have it for lunch tomorrow, you can definitely do that. Okay guys, we're back and I'm going to start cooking. I have my tuna. It's in water, not oil. I'll open it and I'll drain it into the sink, and then I have my margarine just to put a little bit in my pan. I don't use butter. Definitely use butter. The recipe called for butter, but lactose intolerant, can't do butter. I'm going to put my water boiling, and I have this turbo boil on the burner. So definitely going to put it on turbo boil. I'm going to throw in a little oil in there. The recipe calls for putting a little oil in your noodles so they don't stick together. It helps keep them apart. Now, it's funny because now they say cook your noodles al dente. Back then, it was cook your noodles till done. So just another difference in cooking. I've also got my oven preheating to 350. I've also got my oven heating to 350 because it says to toast your chips once you put them on the top of your tuna mixture. We came over to the sink and we're just gonna drain our tuna into the sink. Hopefully I don't lose a lot of it. That's just water, but still I don't want a lot of extra tuna smell and flavor in my tuna casserole. I just want the tuna, not the liquid part. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other can. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just draining the second can of tuna. That's what it looks like. That's how much water's in there, so we definitely want to get that out. Now, in the vintage recipe, tuna was packed in oil, and they definitely said drain it then too. Okay, there's our drained tuna. So I'm gonna put these in my hand. And we're gonna go back over here to the stove. I'm just gonna break the tuna up and the butter's gonna start melting with the burner on. I'm gonna scoot it over just a tad. Then I'll let that just kind of blend together. I'm gonna season it up. It said with, just salt and pepper. I think I'll wait until the end. So once our tuna kind of gets melted in with that butter, then we're gonna come in and add our drained peas and our cream of mushroom soup. It shouldn't take too long. My water is already starting to boil because I have that turbo boil, which I don't know what that is. It just says turbo boil on it. So let's get this all kind of warming. I'm breaking up all the large chunks of my tuna. Okay. And there's like a little piece of tuna skin right there that I'm going to get out because I don't want tuna skin. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and open and drain my peas so when this is to the right temperature, I can stir in my cream of mushroom soup and my sweet peas, or as we call them, English peas. Okay, I can smell the tuna. It's ready for the peas, so we're going to go back over here. And we're going to put our peas in. Okay. Then we're going to open our cream of mushroom soup. This video is not sponsored by any products. This is just what I got when I ordered. Can't remember. Now I'm just going to stir this in. There's enough liquid from the peas and the butter. I don't need to add any water. And there'll be a little bit of water from our noodles as well. So we don't want it too runny. So I'm not going to add any. I will show you as soon as I get through mixing this all together. And I'm going to turn it down so it doesn't burn, and again we'll get some liquid from our pasta once it is done boiling. So down to low. As you can see, it has plenty of liquid in it. In fact, we're going to move it off the burner. The water is at a full boil. So I'm going to put in about half my noodles. I might put in all my noodles. Okay, that was let's see, 1 pound bag, and I put in half of the noodles. Remember earlier I had put in some oil so they won't all stick together. I've got my noodle stir. When they come to a boil, we'll drain them, stir them into our tuna mixture, and then pop it in the oven for the Lay's potato chips to get nice and golden crispy. Okay, we're going to sample our noodles. I think they're about done, so I'm just going to taste test them real quick off camera, because if it's hot, you don't want to see that. And they are hot. They're good, and they're done. So I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to get some hot pads and drain the water off of them. I have my strainer sitting down there. I'm going to pour my noodles over it so if any falls out. Getting a steam facial here. And there's still a little bit of water left in there, which we'll use in our tuna casserole. Now we're going to bring these over to the stove, stir in a little oil. Okay, I'm just going to stir in a little oil, like I said, so they don't stick together. Okay, now the recipe calls to dump them into our tuna mixture. So I'm going to put those right there. Bring my tuna mixture here. And then just... And there's no way for y'all to see what I'm doing. Alright. Okay, to dump my noodles into my tuna mixture, I'm just folding them in so they're all coated with that yummy goodness of the tuna casserole part. And I'm just folding from under to over. See, let's see if I can. So I'm just doing that and bringing all that on top. Okay. I'm going to fold the tuna casserole into my glass casserole dish. And honestly, I'm going to have to spoon part of it, I think, because it's heavy. And again, my casserole dish has nice deep sides, so it should hold all of this no problem. You could eat it at this point from right here if you wanted to, but I want the chips on top, and I want them to be a little bit roasted or baked. Okay, now I'm going to just push all this into here. Like that. I'm going to run water in my pan real quick. I'm going to run water into my pan real quick and let that sit for just a second. A trick, too, when you cook and it's something like with soups or gravies or something to keep it from sticking and make it easier to clean up, always use some type of oil, butter, whatever in your pan, and then always run water in it right when you get it emptied, and they'll make cleanup easier. Now I'm just going to take my chips and put them on my tuna casserole. These are good and fresh. They're beautiful. Okay. Okay, we're going to plop that in. It's going to just heat the chips up for a few minutes, and then our vintage casserole dinner will be done. So stay tuned. Our vintage tuna casserole. Hey guys, I just realized I forgot to film an outro to Cooking Vintage Episode 3 Tuna Casserole. I hope you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it. It was delicious. So the recipe is definitely down in the description box, as well as the name of the cookbook. And if you like this series, just give it a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and that little bell, because next week we are going shopping for vintage, and we're going to talk about what to look for and how to identify some really great pieces. And of course, next week is Cooking Vintage episode 4. See you then. Bye-bye.